Poor Revere back in here with a new video. Yo, y'all gotta realize, right, that like as time goes on, the longer you choose to chase ass, bro, like you truly just fail at life. Like you truly won't actually get to the pinnacle of your own life. And I tell y'all that because like I never chased ass. Ass always came to me and I would deny ass because like I always thought about soul ties. When I was a YN, I didn't think about soul ties like that. But as I got older, I just thought more and more in my head. I'm like, you know, like just the thought that, you know, somebody else been fucking you and now you want to jump to new dick over the course of like a month or even like a few weeks after you break up with your boyfriend is diabolical to me. And I really feel as though like, you know, like it's only getting worse and worse. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear that shit, but it's the truth. It's getting worse and worse. And the faster you realize that you are the catch, you are the one that it begins with, you are the one that determines where this relationship will go. It's easy for you to understand that, you know, like you can't just lollygag with your time, because before you know it, when you like let's say you're 16, 18 years old right now, right? You blink before you know it, you're 21. You blink before you know it, you're 25. You blink before you know it, you're 30. You blink before you know it, you're 40. You blink again, you're 50 years old. And it's truly like, what have you done for yourself lately? Not what have you done for me lately, not the Janet Jackson song, but it comes down to that, like what have you done for yourself lately? You know, and I just feel as though like, you know, without proper guidance and without you understanding like what you bring to these relationships, you'll just remain lost. You'll just remain confused. You won't truly find yourself. You'll just allow yourself to just kind of like be like a leaf that falls from the tree. You know, all the leaf knows is I'm falling from the tree. Boom, that's it. The leaf fell on the tree. And the faster you realize that, you know, with this time you've been given on this earth, it's just best to make an impact in a positive way. You could always do your drill and gangster shit whenever you want to, but like, do you really want to live life on the run? Like, think about this. Do you really want to live life on the run? Do you really want to live life after having to look over your shoulder over and over again, not knowing when this day could be your last, not knowing when the feds are coming, not knowing when your ops are coming? Like, it's a personal choice. I'll tell you all that because like it's the truth. You know, without you understanding that like you are guided by something higher than yourself to perform, to be a better person, to pretty much push past whatever limits you feel as though you have, like nothing will ever come easy. I know that for a fact, but nothing will ever come hard either. You know, I'm like a lot of times people cave under pressure. For what reason, I don't know, because like after you cave under pressure and you kind of just out here by yourself, lost, how the fuck does that help you? Like, how did whatever you did over the course of your life benefit anybody and benefit you? You know, like I'm an only child, right? So for me, I enjoy family to an extent because I enjoy like my own time, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people could be a sibling and just like, you know, like instead of you trying to like get along with your sibling, y'all could just like be complete opposites. And I understand that. But you know, like opposites attract in the way that, you know, like whichever way they're seeing the world is the way you don't see the world. And the way you see the world is the way you don't see the world. So like, y'all could come together and figure some shit out, you know? But it comes down to you. And it's whether or not like you truly understand that within this time that you have given on this earth, that the impact you can make will either be great or will be very minuscule. You know, I will bring an example up because I feel like it's very, very important. Like when I worked my first day at HR after I graduated college, and the lady said, yeah, I remember when it was my first day. And now, you know, 37 years passed by and now, you know, I'm still here. I just couldn't fathom that shit in my head. I just couldn't fathom working somewhere for so fucking long. And my recognition is holiday parties when I get like a fucking award or some dumbass shit. Like, I just couldn't understand that shit. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't. And you know, that's why the hell I got out of the rat race to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather my own rat race where I'm dropping off stuff the whole day and getting paid per order, rather than have to clock in for a job and, you know, have to be fake and be there and smile and pretend it's all good in the hood, even though we are struggling and shit. So that was kind of a tangent. It kind of went left real quick. But the main point of the message was just for y'all to understand that in order for you to achieve what you want out of life, you have to realize that, you know, nothing is given. the faster you realize that, you know, the challenges that one may face is you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing above you challenging you. It's you challenging yourself. And then it's whether or not you're gonna grow from whatever you have been going through, or you're gonna trauma dump and trauma bond with somebody who's going through trauma also. And the main thing with trauma is everybody goes through it to whatever extent you want to call it or see it. You know, everybody goes through trauma, but it's kind of like if you cling to it as a fucked up scapegoat is the true end all be all for it. You know, because like if I wanted to, I could have gone back to being a dickhead and not caring about shit and just, you know, going about my day and being an asshole. But I chose to rise up out of that. I just stopped drinking and to pretty much excel in my life. When I chose that, I chose it for my own betterment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like somebody came to me and they're like, you know, you should change. Da, da, da. I just kind of got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And a lot of times that's truly all it takes for you to start to initiate in whichever form you feel as though you have been initiating in. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we could be lazy all day and we can have no income the whole day. But like, what the fuck would that make us? That makes us a fucking pirate. But even pirates have a motive. Their motive is to get the jewels and to sail that ship and drink that rum. So be like a pirate. Drink that rum, sail that ship, and get the loot. I love y'all. With your whatever go, with your cast of lives. Don't forget, tokenized real estate, Bitcoin mining, flip your job with crypto, money, power, freedom is all available in the store. And I love you guys. Remember that.